Umai, 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 umai. No, 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 no. It's more like this. You got to like pull the food towards you. Oh, okay. Umai. A little bit more. Umai, 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 umai. Yeah, there's a lot of those. Man, those two are weird. I wish they would quiet down. They're strangely dressed. Yeah, saw people dressing like that before, but I don't know. Maybe it's like a family or something. Maybe. Who knows? I know, right? Strange. Hello, it is me, We Anime or Anime We. I'm here to bring you part 6 of What If Tanjiro Had Ice Breathing. Hello, hello. Hi, hi. How have you all been doing? Hopefully good. Um, Background noise might be apparent. I do have a new mic, so audio might be a incy bincy little better or more clear. But that also means maybe background noise will be heard. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I think without a further ado, it's time to get into this. And if you have any what if ideas or anything what if in general, or asking me questions, or if you want to, go down below. Do whatever. Okay. I want to say this. Also, you, my next what if on Fridays will be what if Yuji Itadori had a speed slash kinetic energy curse technique. Um, okay, and if you want any more hints or clues, hints, same thing. Um, about the next what ifs, go on my post tab, subscribe to my channel while you're there, and yeah, you'll find out I post polls once in a while. Um, yeah, we will see. Sorry, I got distracted, but let's get into it. Um, since everyone has fallen asleep by this point, most of the dreams would be canon. Would be, I mean, like besides Izuku's placement, instead of being in like the wooded charcoal family place, he would be training over and over again with his father at the time in the cold, on the top, not top, but close in the middle of Aino Mountain in the temple that he was raised in, him training with his father while his brother and sister would be sleeping, resting, since they were younger than him, they wouldn't be in as much like of the training regimen than Izuku would be, right? But he would still be training. They would quit. It was weird for Izuku at the moment, realizing that very quickly, oh, this is just a dream. I fell asleep, right? But it confused him. It felt so real, but he knew it wasn't. He realized it way too quickly. He knew it wasn't real, and that frustrated him. He would walk out of the mountain, or the temple, I meant temple. He'd walk out of the temple, look around, sniff the air, and then he would realize very quickly there's another person on the mountain with him. Grabbing his axes, these looking older, like his, well, these would look like his old ones, not his current ones that are made out of Nichiren metal. These would be the, like, wooden handle axes that he once knew. This wouldn't really bother him because depending on who this person is, he may not need to use them. But either way, it would be middle of the night currently, and he would rush through the mountain like he was there, like a beast, just waiting to travel, trying to find food, rushing through with a grin on his face. He'd start to think. It is slightly weird that he'd be dreaming of this. He's dreamt before. It's never been this real, right? It's been more faintish and not there in the beginning. But running through would just remind him of home. Him used to just run around the mountain like nothing was wrong about him running with like decently warm clothes and him not, even though he would be freezing, he couldn't feel his toes. He would just keep on running around like There was nothing wrong, like a kid in a playground. That's how he used to be. But now this is way more weird and confusing to him than ever before. He left this place, even though it's more like touching his feelings that he's back here in a dream. It's not right. He's not supposed to be here. He's supposed to be on a train, waiting for demons. Eventually, he would come to a weird, like, force field like area. And then we'll cut to the kid that would be in there, walking through slow steps, freezing, because it would just be a wasteland of snow and ice, like ice spikes, with very little trees, very little, like, life in general. Ice spikes would soar up into the sky, towering above him, as snow would go waist high, and in some places even higher and higher and higher. It was so cold he couldn't feel his feet anymore. He can't feel his ears, fingers. It would start to crawl up him quickly. The coldness in this, it was confusing. He's never felt anything this cold before. It's a whole entire different level of coldness than he would ever know. He would still try to walk through the waist deep snow, and, well, eventually he would be found by Tanjiro, who would say, with which this kid would turn around as soon as he would speak. Okay, I'm just gonna say that now. So you're the one who's here. The kid would instantly turn around and say, "Who? How? What are you? How is it this cold? How are you even alive?" Quietly to himself, he would say he was even this cold upon just touching him, physically touching him, like when he would tie the rope to him and, well, Tanjiro and the kid would tie the rope to his, like, wrist. He was even cold to the touch, like freezing cold. How? No human should be that cold on touch. You should be dead. You shouldn't even be alive. I've been told that a lot. None of my family were as cold as me. As weird as that sounds. Like, not emotionally. I'm not emotionally cold. I have emotions, but, like, physically, I'm the only one that would be like this. Um, Even once I was born, I was like this. But it would be like a person's normal temperature, but mine was just cold. Very, very cold. It never bothered me though. coldness never bothered me. The constantly feeling freezing never bothered me because I did grow up in a very cold place. A lot of winter storms, snow covering every inch of my body. That's like what you're feeling now, but more extreme, to say the least. I'm so sorry about background noise. Wind would pick up in a heavy blow of wind. Just full, like, ready to take off, like, tree knocking down type wind. The snow would follow like a dog and a squirrel quickly after it. Wherever it would go, the snow would go. Eventually, though, Tanjiro would find this kid just in head deep snow for the kid, just fully covered, freezing. He would pick him up by the top of his head with grip like no other, pick him up. Please, please. And then throwing him like a football, just boom, get out of here. And that's when he would wake up to the kid trying to pull away, getting the rope off of him. The kid would be grabbed and then just dropped on the other side of, like, on the seat in front of him, which would have no person, right? But he would, well, not Izuku. Tanjiro would go around just cutting the rope as the other slayers would awaken. And, well, then that's when they would go on the offensive. Tanjiro getting out of the cart and running on top of it. Everyone else, well, Zenitsu would be fast enough for, I think it was like 3 carts. Rengoku would cover 4. Inosuke would cover the 1. So everyone else would have to deal with the other carts since there's no Nezuko. I feel like there would probably be another Slayer with Rengoku to go meet him. So just like a no-name like Slayer, okay? No one named, no one to care about. No Murata, okay? The goat is not here. But yeah, that's what would happen. Izuku would rush up the higher end to get there quicker throughout the other carts, right? Like he does in canon. That's when he would see the conductor standing there behind, not, well, in front of for him, but behind Inmu, the demon. Sir, I'm gonna ask you to move now. Inmu and him would turn around at the same time as Inmu would say, if you would like your family to live, deal with him. I'm so sorry, the conductor would say as he would rush with a blade at, not like a katana, like a knife, like a cooking knife, kitchen knife, just rushing up at him, and Izuku would say, "So you're on their side because he threatened you? You're no man." And once he would get close enough, Izuku would grab the man's wrist, twist him around, and kick him at the butt, Spartan kick him off of the cart, off of the train. "You piss me off. You're dead." "Oh, I wouldn't be so sure." As then the tentacles would start to come out of the actual train and the cart that would be directly connected. Well, yeah, it just would just fully come to the tentacles, or the appendages, whatever they are, would just start to try and attack Tanjiro. Sorry, my voice. I recorded just before this one for my Deku series, because my on Wednesday it wouldn't upload. So yeah, sorry about my voice. Sorry if I just take breaks between these things, but these would just plain out continue very similar to in canon. Uh, Tanjiro would cut through him trying to get to Imu. Imu would dodge the slashes, right? Another tentacle would come through. He would just slash it through. As then he would be hit at one point, send him flying almost off the train, but him embedding his axe into the side of the train, like fully on the side, he was nearly knocked off because he slid, like as he landed. Just boom, he would dig in and then climb up with his axes, kind of like an ice climber with their ice picks. Right? Okay. You get my point. As he would climb back up, he would say, "Fine, that's how you want to do it. Fine by me." Why did I make him go deep voice? "Fine by me. Ice breathing, ice breathing. Seventh form, whirling reindeer antler." As he would cut through and rush back at Inmu, just blasting through as ice, large snowflakes and large pieces of hail, like sharp, would whirl around in a funnel as he would rush through it. The appendages would just get cut off into pieces. Holes would cover them as he would land, and he would say, "Ice breathing, fourth form, polar magnum." As he would rush, he would quickly spin and then bring both axes at the neck and hip, and then they would go in, but not fully. Well, the neck would actually go fully through and just fully decapitate, and the hip would just go a little bit, and then he would just kick the body off of it and just try to like just like a gore like scene just of him ripping the axe out of Inmu's body. It would disappear, but then the head wouldn't. The head would then be attached to an appendage as Inosuke would arrive. Hey, Tanjiro, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. He would be banged up, like fully banged up, like you could tell he's not fully okay, but he can still fight. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm fine. You deal with your cart? Yeah, they kind of just quit. Oh, so well, mine did, mostly because I was like down there. Okay, so his main focus is not dying. Yeah, of course. Hey, have you seen the conductor? No, not at all. That is a lie. You kicked him off of the plane. Not plane. That's not a plane. What even is a plane? They haven't been invented yet. I mean, they probably have. When did the Wright brothers start working on that? I mean, possibly now. I mean, they would possibly be a thing because didn't they have planes in the First World War? I swear they did. And by this point, it would be closer to the second. Yeah, most likely. Who knows? Um, Either way, these two would now start to fight like they do in canon, together against Inmu, and eventually, okay, now you're done. Ice breathing, ace form, barbaric, rending slashes. As he would rush forward towards Inmu's, he would even go up in the air, climbing up one, and then jumping. He would just slash around wildly, just kind of like a Beyblade, honestly, is how he would kind of be like at the current moment. Current moment? Kind of like Aaron. Just like a full on, just fully just Beyblade, let it rip, motion. Um, right. And eventually that would just cut into him as lard, not lard, large blade like chunks of ice would just thread through all of these different appendages and eventually Inmu's neck, finally ending him. And then the train would crash. Yeah. Yeah, the train would crash. Them two being on top of it would probably get the worst of it, to be honest with you. Um, because they would be directly just thrown off and just boom, boom, just fully rolling in like the same motion, right? Eventually, just Tundra would crash into a tree while Inosuke would just come to a stop. Ow. Hey, Tanjiro. No, he wouldn't. No, he would. I forget. Kampanchiro. Kamaboko. Nowhere near my last name. Tono. Toenail. Fine. Yeah. Are you alive? Am I speaking to you? Yes. Then yes, I am. Okay, good. Eventually, Rengoku would arrive. Um, checking on these two, and then Akaza would arrive. Yeah. You two stay here for now. Let me fight him. And these two would do so. Fighting like in canon, eventually Rengoku would get injured, lose an eye, and all that jazz. Um, Tanjiro and Inosuke would sit there. Tanjiro would say, I gotta help. Rengoku and Akaza would continue their fight, trading blows. Not trading blows, but yeah, technically trading blows. Um, when Goku would cut off both like lower arms of Akaza and then go for a decapitation as as Akaza would regrow both arms and go to make Rengoku into a donut. But then ice breathing. Six form? Is that six form? Yeah. Six form. Glacier core. Um, he would tighten his muscles, tighten his skin to harden them, just fully just compacting and moving just different muscle fibers and anything he could as a deep blue ice would start to crawl up his body. The just steam would just exit, not steam, frost. And then an axe would meet the back of the blade, moving it forward as ice and fire would work together. And also, not Izuku, my god. Tanjiro would get the punch to the gut that would crack the ice, but not go through his body. Oh, it definitely did something to him in the organ area, no doubt about it. But he's still kicking. Probably cracked a rib or two, honestly, or just completely broke multiple ribs. But he still did tank the shot. Tanjiro, I'm fine. He then proceeds to just throw up a bunch of blood into Akaza's face, like projectile vomiting, just into his Akaza's face. Kind of like I don't want to give any spoilers, but in Doro Idoro season 2, one of the first episodes, Shin gets into a fight with some cross eyes and he projectile vomits into one of their faces. Kind of like that, if you know what I mean. If you know the reference. If you haven't watched Dora Dora, I recommend it. I fully do. I fully do. Fully do. But yeah, this would blind Akaza for a short amount of time, long enough for Izuku to get dragged off by Inosuke, and just him sitting there holding his gut, well, chest area, just gut chest area, just fully holding it, just blood dripping down his mouth. And then Rengoku's fate of becoming a donut would come to fruition. Um, Akaza would get very close to be getting decapitated. Okay, very close, inches away from the other side. Actually, probably fully, but he would just keep on fighting, and eventually, he would just put his head back onto his torso. No, I'm joking. That wouldn't happen. But his head would be hanging off on the other side, and he would just like regrow as Rengoku would back away because he did just get turned into a donut. Set your heart ablaze, and his last breathing style, Rengoku, uh, like special art or terraric art, Rengoku, like flame breathing, like terraric art, Rengoku would be used. Bing bada boom. That's the ending for you. Um, yeah. Rengoku passing and Akaza escaping from the sun would be the end of this. Be the end of part 6 of What If Tanjiro had ice breathing. I'm sorry for how quickly I ran through that ending, but my voice hurts, my throat hurts. um, but yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening. And yeah, I hope to see you all next time. Roll the dice. Bye bye.